Hi, I'm Christina, and I hope that everyone has been enjoying their Easter weekend and the full moon that's been out. But a lot's been going on just, besides the Easter weekend. We need to talk about what is going on in China. Well, besides the space station coming down into the atmosphere in a fiery blaze and landing in the Pacific Ocean, there have been other things going on with China in the news that are actually pretty important, okay? And one of them is, well, we have an issue because, China always paid for oil with the dollar, but now they want to pay with the yuan. And what that's going to do, and I knew they would do this because they hold a lot of our debt, and they don't give us any credit for paying any of these extra taxes to them, but they're going to devalue our dollar by taking the yuan instead. And that was an option they always had in their pocket. And America and the Chinese are beginning this tariff trade war on goods, and one of those goods is agriculture. Now, Ice Age Farmer has been the best that I have seen on YouTube so far of really keeping track of the food crop losses, and I'm really happy, because this is a lot to keep up with when you have certain tremors going on over here and rivers and lakes drying up over here, water receding, water coming in, food crops. That's a lot to keep up with. So it's good that some people have the corner market on these charts, and really he does. But with the crop losses that we're already experiencing, the longer, colder winter because of, the effects of all of these ashes, and all these volcanoes, that have been erupting or emitting gases up into the air. This is affecting how long this winter is going on. There are a couple of other things, but when it comes down to it, our food is on this line. Now you add a trade war to this and the devaluing of the dollar. What this is going to end up doing is putting China and the United States in a very it's going to suck, okay? It's a bad place that we're going to be because China's not going to have some of the things that they need. And we all know what happened with Venezuela. Things went downhill really fast, all right? And a lot of times when you have volcanoes going, these crops losses, it is typical for there to be social disorder and rioting, because the people become more desperate. So I really just don't see this going down a very healthy road, and biblically I can back it up in a way that I think that you'll understand very easily and very much appreciate. And this is coming from Revelation 18, and it talks about the fall of Babylon and how the merchants weep because there's no one to buy their merchandise anymore, right? And it just so happens that New York has a little town right on, I guess, the coast, really, called Babylon, and there's like a little Babylon Ridge in the water right off the coast. And that's just a little fun fact there to kind of consider. It is a port city, it's pretty rich. But when you look at Revelation 18, it describes what happens when people aren't buying your goods anymore. We're going to start off with Revelation chapter 18, verse 11, okay, as a major example of what merchants not buying merchandise looks like to the people, and the merchants too. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, all manner vessels of most precious wood, brass, iron, marble, cinnamon, odors, ointments, frankincense, wine, oil, fine flour, wheat, beasts, sheep, horses, chariots, slaves, and souls of men. Isn't that a strange thing to say? Souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. So right now they're saying, okay, they can probably get some of these goods, but there's this article, and it's called, it's by the Washington Post. It was published about 6 hours ago, and it's called Trade War Escalates as China Says It Will Impose Tariffs on 128 U.S. exports, including pork and fruit. And so what was it just saying in the Bible? You know, it was talking about your food there, even at the end saying, yeah, your beasts too. And that is really unfolding in prophecy in its own way, in its own right now. Now, of course, you know, all our ports are still standing up, but if I was a betting woman, I'm going to say that it's going to be a cockfight between the leaders as far as the money and the business goes. But the people who have to deal with this, like the people that sell these goods, or that need to buy these goods, or the people that need to purchase these goods from the sources, whatever they might be, there's going to start becoming an issue and starting maybe a little bit of panic. I mean, you add what's already going on with the crops, and we could be sitting here really looking at an economic crisis, especially if our value of our dollar is tanking right now, because they say that, you know, the petrol and oil and gasoline, that's like the most well traded, bought and sold commodity on the planet. And so we might be in for some economic issues very, very soon, and it all just trickles downhill eventually, and who gets hit the hardest. So to them, I know that Trump is trying to even the scoreboard, but you know, some fights aren't very easy. What I am gonna do is work on a couple of videos for the next couple of days. I'm going to be doing one on the colorful lights that you keep seeing, you know, the hazes and the auroras and the beams. You know, we're just going to talk about what it takes for those lights to come out, and just, you know, it's going to be an eye-opening experience. And then another video I want to do is going to involve the Gulf of Mexico states, from Texas all the way to Florida. Don't want to give too much of that away, but you know, we should be having a pretty fun week this week as it gets started, and I just pray that God blesses you today and that you've had a wonderful, wonderful weekend with your family. All right, well, I will talk to you soon.